Someone once said that self-conceit leads to self-destruction, and you should never let your guard down, especially when treasure hunting in 8 points. It's something that quite often is forgotten by the elites like Warriors of Chaos. A small retinue of slaves to darkness, led by an exalted hero, Brenma Doometer, and her sorceress sister, Dagri the Magnificent, ventures into cursed ruins to uncover a treasure. Unbeknownst to them, they are being tailed by the savage warriors of the Untamed Beast, led by Kurgo Bloodtooth, an expert hunter and a vicious killer. He set his eyes on the prize, and he'll do anything to get it. Hello everyone and welcome to my war room after a long hibernation. I've got another Age of Sigmar Warcry narrative battle report. In this video, Slaves to Darkness and Untamed Beast will vie for a treasure hidden amongst the old forgotten ruins. The battlefield has 3 treasure tokens placed 9 inches away from each other, but only one of them is real. At the end of every round, both warbands will roll off, and the winner of the roll will decide which token is removed from either the board or from their opponent's possession, until only one remains. Whoever holds the treasure token at the end of round 3 is the winner. Brenma, Dagri, and one of the warriors start the battle in the northeastern corner of the battlefield, by the stone head. Second group, consisting of the spoiler Waround and a very inconspicuous Chaos Warrior that definitely doesn't look like Slambo, set up in the northwestern corner of the battlefield, on top of one of the markers. One Chaos Hound remains off the battlefield, tracking any enemies that might try to outflank the slaves. The Untamed Beast enter the battlefield through the southern border right in the center. The only ones that remain off the battlefield are the Beastspeaker and Rocktusk Prowler. As both warbands get ready for battle, a sudden cold wave engulfs the battlefield out of nowhere, and a ferocious blizzard erupts, assaulting warriors with razor-sharp icy snow and reducing visibility to absolute minimum. The Blizzard Twist card reduces the range of attacks and abilities to 9 inches, and forces fighters who did not move during their activation to roll a die and suffer 3 points of damage on a roll of 1. Slaves to Darkness have a slightly better position, being close to 2 potential locations of the treasure and sitting on top of the third. However, Untamed Beast outrivaled them in both numbers and speed, so they can snatch the treasure pretty easily. Both warbands roll for initiative. Untamed Beast get a triple and 3 singles. They decide to save their wild dice for later. Slaves to Darkness get a double and 4 singles. They decide to use their wild dice to turn single 6 into a double 6s, and after a roll-off, the Untamed Beast sees the initiative. One of the Planesrunners dashes towards the treasure underneath the bridge, grabs it, and retreats quickly. One of the Chaos Warriors approaches the northeastern wall to attempt a climb next turn. Another Planesrunner quickly approaches the structure and climbs the wall in hope to intercept the shielded Chaos Warrior. Seeing her first target amidst the snowstorm, Dagri prepares her magic staff. She uses one of the doubles to activate the Onslaught ability and casts a Sorcerer's Bolt at the Planesrunner. Needing force to hit, she rolls 3 dice. Both attacks deal 6 points of damage in total, tearing large chunks of flesh off the Planesrunner's body. Dagri suffers no frost damage, but she gets pretty cold. Third Planesrunner climbs the wall to intercept the shielded warrior as well. The spoiler Waround trots towards Kurgo, sizing him carefully. As he approaches, he decides to pierce the Heart Eater with his spear. Using the remaining double to activate the Onslaught ability, he thrusts his weapon. Needing force to hit, he rolls 3 dice and deals 7 points of damage, leaving a nasty wound in Kurgo's torso. Almost immediately, the first Fang decides to activate Harpoon Snag ability on a triple, to pull the despoiler closer. Needing 5s to hit, he rolls 2 dice. The first attack doesn't do any damage, but catches the harness and manages to pull the mounted warrior towards Kurgo. His second attack lightly wounds his target for 2 points of damage. The third attack rebounds off of the knight's shield. First Fang suffers no cold damage. Brenma runs ahead under the bridge into the icy cold water. Kurgo decides to return the favor and strikes the despoiler round. Needing 5s to hit, he rolls 4 dice. In his first attack, he sinks his claw into the horse's side for 5 points of damage. His second attack, with his tooth falchion, bounces off the knight's shield. Kurgo suffers no cold damage. Not Slambo picks up the treasure and approaches the staircase. One of the Preytakers charges the knight and strikes him with his sawtooth blade. Needing 5s to hit, he rolls 4 dice and tears open his opponent's leg for 4 points of damage. The second Preytaker approaches the knight from the rear and strikes him with his axe. Needing 5s to hit, he rolls 3 dice and deals a massive 8 points of damage. The spoiler round is bloodied and barely standing. At the end of the round, one of the planesrunners realizes that his treasure is a fake. Chaos Hound appears in the southeastern corner of the battlefield. The Beastspeaker and the Rocktusk Prowler appear in the middle of the western edge of the battlefield to outflank the despoiler around and not slumber. Both warbands are in a race against time to grab the third treasure token. If the slaves manage to get both treasures, they still need to weather the storm of attacks. It's strength of plate armor versus numbers and speed. It's time to roll for initiative. Untamed Beast get a triple, a double and 1 single. They add both their wild dice to their pool of singles. Slaves to Darkness get 1 double and 4 singles. They decide to use the wild dice to turn 1 single into a double. After a roll-off, Slaves to Darkness claim the initiative. The shielded warrior starts the round. He climbs the wall, grabs the treasure token and uses one of the doubles to activate the shield ram ability. He runs towards the planesrunner and manages to nick him with his shield for 1 point of damage. The planesrunner wounded by Duggery jumps down and, knowing that his end is near, blocks the passage under the bridge in an attempt to stall Brenma. Determined to claim his trophy, the spoiler around uses the remaining double to activate the onslaught ability and strikes Kurgo. Needing 4s to hit, he rolls 3 dice. First swing deals 4 points of damage. The second one doesn't connect. Knight's wounds are starting to wear on him. Yet again, First Fang uses a triple to activate the Harpoon Snag ability to drag Not Slambo towards Kurgo. Needing 5s to hit, he rolls 2 dice. The bonus attack deals no damage. Second attack deals no damage as well, and neither does the third attack. Full plate armor of Chaos Warrior is proving to be tough. To make matters worse, an icy gale assaults the First Fang, dealing 3 points of damage. Using this opportunity, Not Slambo attacks Kurgo. Needing 4s to hit, he rolls 4 dice. He uses the momentum of the Harpoon Snag and deals a massive 12 points of damage, slashing Kurgo's chest open and removing him from the battlefield instantly. After that, he decides to put some distance between him and the Beastspeaker and her nasty pet. Seeing his leader so brutally incapacitated, one of the Preytakers shouts and swings his blade at the despoiler. Needing 5s to hit, he rolls 4 dice and deals 10 points of damage, decapitating the horse and stabbing the rider right in the throat. The spoiler is removed from the battlefield. Then, the Preytaker pursues Not Slambo. Daggery makes a few steps towards the lake and casts a Sorcerer's Bolt at the planesrunner that is engaging one of the Chaos Warriors. Needing 4s to hit, she rolls 2 dice and hits him square in the chest for 3 points of damage. Another Planesrunner approaches and engages Notslambo. Needing 5s to hit, he rolls 3 dice and manages to nick his opponent for 1 point of damage. Chaos Hound darts forward and pushes itself between the first Fang and Preytaker. Rocktusk Prowler, prompted by the Beastspeaker, runs across the battlefield and engages Notslambo. Brenma approaches the wounded Planesrunner and swings a mace. Needing 3s to hit, she rolls 5 dice. She deals 9 points of damage and quickly disposes of the Planesrunner by smashing his head into a bloody pulp. Seeing his enemy distracted, Planesrunner strikes at the shielded warrior. Needing 5s to hit, he rolls 3 dice. He's able to deal 3 points of damage and knock the warrior off balance. The armor-clad fighter tumbles down but manages to land safely. Letting out a loud battle cry, the Planesrunner jumps down after him. Second Preytaker approaches Notslambo to trap him. The Beastspeaker runs towards her pet and uses a double to activate the Beastmaster ability. Rocktusk Prowler gets an immediate bonus action that it uses to attack Notslambo. Needing 5s to hit, it rolls 4 dice. Its claws are unable to pierce the Chaos armor and the attack sends sparks flying everywhere. At the end of the round, it turns out that the shielded warrior is carrying a pot of fool's gold. Slaves to Darkness are in a bind. The one and only treasure is in the hands of Notslambo. But can he withstand blows coming from warriors of Untamed Beast? Brenma is close to support him, but will she have enough time? Both warbands roll for initiative. Slaves to Darkness get 1 triple and 3 singles. They decide to use their last wild dice to convert triple 6s to a quad of 6s. Untamed Beast get 2 doubles and 2 singles. They use their last wild dice to increase their pool of singles. After the roll-off, Untamed Beast sees the initiative in the last round. Rocktusk Prowler is the first to strike. It uses 1 double to activate the Onslaught ability. Needing 5s to hit, it rolls 5 dice. The first strike claws Notslambo for 99 points of damage. Second strike deals 2 points of damage and leaves Notslambo bleeding profusely. Prowler suffers no cold damage. Notslambo, knowing that he's on his last legs, decides to strike next. He targets one of the Preytakers. Needing 4s to hit, he rolls 4 dice. First hit deals 6 points of damage. Second hit also deals 6 points of damage. Both hits are enough to take out the Preytaker. Notslambo suffers no cold damage. Beastspeaker uses the Beastmaster ability to activate a Rocktusk again. The Prowler attacks. Needing 5s to hit, it rolls 4 dice. 5 points of damage is enough to remove Notslambo from the battlefield. He drops the treasure. Then, the Beastspeaker lashes her whip at the Chaos Hound. Needing 3s to hit, she rolls 4 dice. First hit deals 3 points of damage. Second hit deals 2 points of damage. Chaos Hound is severely wounded. Brenma surveys the battlefield quickly and decides to act. She uses the quad to activate the Rampage ability. She uses her bonus move to approach one of the Preytakers and the Rocktusk Prowler. Then, she strikes the Preytaker with her bonus attack. Needing 4s to hit, she rolls 5 dice. The attack deals 6 points of damage. She decides to strike again. The second attack deals 4 damage and incapacitates the Preytaker. Brenma uses her last action to disengage. She jumps over the Preytaker's body, snatches the treasure and moves as far away as possible. One of the Planesrunners intercepts Brenma and strikes her. Needing 5s to hit, he rolls 3 dice and manages to find an opening in the hero's armor, dealing 3 points of damage. Chaos Hound attempts to bite the first Fang. Needing 5s to hit, it rolls 3 dice. First bite deals 1 point of damage. Second one deals 2 points of damage. First Fang is lightly wounded. Then, The cold penetrates Hound's wounds, dealing 3 points of damage. Second Planesrunner disengages from the Shielded Warrior to block Brenma's way. The Shielded Warrior approaches Brenma to offer support. He decides to strike one of the Planesrunners. Needing 3s to hit, he rolls 3 dice. A well-performed chop destroys the Planesrunner's scapula for 4 points of damage. The first Fang strikes the Chaos Hound swiftly. Needing 3s to hit, he rolls 3 dice. 5 points of damage is enough to remove the Hound from the battlefield. He uses his last action to strike Brenma with his harpoon. Needing 5s to hit, he rolls 2 dice. He manages to lightly wound her for 2 points of damage. Dagri is the last one to move. She approaches the archway and decides to cast a Sorcerer's Bolt at one of the Planesrunners. Needing 5s to hit due to cover, she rolls 2 dice. The bolt hits its target square in the head, dealing 6 points of damage and removing the Planesrunner from the battlefield. At the end of the round, thanks to Brenma's quick thinking, Slaves to Darkness are in possession of the treasure and therefore win the battle. And that's it for today's battle report. Don't forget to not slambo that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.